The all-new 22 Civic, now on sale at Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to WAFB Plus 9 News Now. Thanks so much for being with us. Liz Coe, actually over there waiting in the wings as well. But the lead story, obviously, Liz and everybody joining us, kind of some sad news to bring you this morning. The passing of former Governor Edwin Edwards. And we say sad, 93, we were just talking about 93 years old. A long life. And, of course, a very dynamic life. Our thoughts and prayers with his family right now as we kind of all begin to go down this journey again with the former governor. A lot of folks beginning to comment now about what they remember about Louisiana's 50th governor, the only person to serve 4 terms here in Louisiana, and the stories are rich. They are long. They could take hours and days and weeks and months. There have literally been books written about this man. Obviously, he is one of the folks on the Mount Rushmore, if you will, of Louisiana politics. And so there is a lot more to come about Governor Edwin Edwards. Actually, you can follow it online. If you jump over online right now, you can see a number of the stories that have already been written, a lot of the comments beginning to come in. You know, Liz, we were talking about it as well, the fact that it's not just, actually it's not a lot of politicians doing all the commenting when it comes to social media right now. It's a lot of just everyday citizens.
It really is. And so we actually found out about his death right around 7:30 this morning here. And you see the text on the screen there, 93-year-old passed away in hospice care. So 1 week ago, we told you Monday that Edwin Edwards has actually requested hospice care in his home in Gonzales. He said, look, it's not anything crazy. I just want good care at home. So it makes sense here a week later that we are learning about this. And he has been plagued by respiratory issues for the last year or so. He just wanted to make sure he was home, surrounded by family, and we understand that he was surrounded by family, friends, people really close to him. And when Matt talks about people who are commenting on the governor, commenting on the former governor's passing, we actually just heard from the Governor Edwards, John Bel Edwards, not long ago. He actually tweeted out a statement here. Few people have made such an indelible mark on our state as Governor Edwin Edwards, talking about his career, his life in the service. He went to LSU for a year, actually, before enlisting in the Navy, eventually becoming a pilot. And just you said the right adjectives. His career, his story is rich and long. He has done a lot. The man was born in 1927. So if you can think about all the different things. He served Louisiana's 7th Congressional District as a U.S. House Representative, as Matt mentioned, 4-term governor, but just done so much on top of that. So we are seeing statements from Governor John Bel Edwards, another state senator, Sharon Hewitt, posting this photo of the two and offering her deepest condolences to the family, saying his quick wit and humor made him one of the most colorful politicians in our state's history. You're seeing that word come up a lot as well. Right. Congressman Troy Carter also sharing a photo of he and the late Governor Edwin Edwards. So we're just following this to see whose statements are coming out. The Secretary of State, Kyle Arnwin, posting this in the last 5 minutes. He and his wife also saying that they are praying for the family of Edwin Edwards. So a lot of people, really, when you search Edwin Edwards, it's just a lot of people commenting on his life. Whoa, that's not what we want to do. No. But a lot of people just commenting on it, kind of waking up to this news on this Monday, Matt.
It is, it's remarkable to think about everything that he was able to do in his career. When you talk about the state of politics in Louisiana, and obviously everybody knows that politics kind of changed down here a little bit, waxes and wanes, but very much a populist when it came to politics. And when he came on the scene, was he going to be able to sell that? And the answer was yes. And you talked about his terms in Congress. And then, obviously, his terms as governor from 72 to 80, and 84 to 88, and 92, 96. He came and went, but never went far from the public life, and never went far from those he knew he could count on to support his continuing runs. Literally, think about who you're talking about here. This is, when we're talking about like Mount Rushmore, there's 2 other politicians in Louisiana history that you can compare this to, and it's the brothers Long, Huey P. and Earl K.
That's an excellent way to put it.
I mean, those 2, iconic. And then Governor Edwin Edwards.
Yeah.
That is, he really is on that mountain,
Yeah.
so to speak, when you talk about politicians here in Louisiana.
Edwin Edwards was also the only U.S. politician to serve at every level of government, judicial, executive,
Right.
and legislative.
That's right.
The
Judicial
only U.S.
was about 10 months.
Yes, the only U.S. politician. So when you say he's had a rich
Yeah.
career in politics,
Yeah.
oh, honey, y'all don't even know.
And
I don't even know.
Well,
It's just
starting on like city
Yeah.
councils. Well, look, that's
Yeah.
how not everybody jumps into Congress right away.
Right.
But yeah, starting there, serving the people at that the lowest of levels.
Yeah.
You know,
Working his
literally,
way up.
you know, right to the neighbors and walking down and knocking on the neighbor's door.
Yeah.
That's how they work it now still. But then, as you mentioned,
3
working
branches, and also local, state, and
That's
national.
what I'm exactly right.
So
Exactly.
a long career in politics, also a Navy pilot, also
Yeah.
he was also a lawyer for a point in time in his career as well. So this is really going to be our top story of the day, Matt, as we again found out this morning, on this Monday morning, on July 12th, just less than a month out from his 94th birthday, that former 4-term governor Edwin Edwards has passed away this morning. So when we find out about a public service
Correct.
or a memorial,
Correct.
we'll be sure to pass along those remarks and information to
And
you.
you know it's going to involve, they've already talked about him lying in state so the public can, they're at the state capitol, so the public can pass by and pay their respects as well. But this is one of the titans. There's only, what, about 10 governors in the history of our country since the Constitution was enacted that served as long as he did, 16 years, 4 terms, better than 5,000 days in office
That's
as a
fast
governor.
math, yeah.
And so there's a very, very limited group of governors who can say that they were able to do that. But yeah, like you said, lead story, and obviously so.
Continuing coverage, of course, all throughout the day and into the evening.
Yeah.
You know what else is happening today?
Hey now.
The YMCA is kicking off a summer challenge, but the purpose of this is to get the whole family involved, to make fitness a priority, but also spending time together a priority.
God forbid. And look, I get that completely too as well, because
Yes.
anymore these days, 3 kids, and you feel like you are just running in different directions all the time, and the most time you spend together are, I don't know, maybe while you're sleeping, you know, and well, that's not really together time. You just kind of spread out, you're doing a whole bunch of stuff, but this really is trying to get the family together, get them outside, get them active. And oh, by the way, if you're a part of this, there's passports involved. Why? Because, well, kind of passports, because you could actually win some big time money for a big time trip.
Yeah, if you and your family participate in the Summer Out Loud Passport Challenge,
So good.
you will be entered into a pool to win a grand prize for a summer vacation worth up to $5,000.
Oh my God!
Imagine taking a family vacation that has been gifted to you. That is a true blessing.
Where'd you go?
Oh my gosh.
On the spot, I know.
On the
Back
spot
family?
with family?
Yeah.
Easy? Probably Mexico or a cruise or
Really?
something. Yeah.
You know what? Johnny Asian does a lot of the cruising. He can hook you up
does.
with, I'm sure.
I feel like he would get the best deal.
He owns
too.
like boats, or at least entire like decks.
Asian Nation
Yeah.
cruise liner.
Oh my gosh,
It just brands itself.
it kind of does.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to get on that.
Oh man,
That thing's just destined to hit a rock. Just gonna hit a rock.
that's good to know.
But this one is great for you. If you want, if you've
Yes.
got something, maybe you're looking for a reason to get out.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
The incentive is $5,000.
Hello.
So right.
Hello.
On top of taking care of your health. So
Oh,
there's that.
There's that.
Yeah.
All that. It's waiting for you right here in the 9 News app and WAFB.com.
Yes.
Something else that is beginning today.
Yes.
You can find this in the community section of WAFB.com. It's actually right here. Uniforms for kids.
Oh, we love partnering with St. Vincent de Paul every year to collect uniforms, whether they're new or gently used.
Right.
Look, we know summer is a time where you want to relax
Sure.
and think about summertime and enjoying it. But as you start preparing for the year, try to go through the closet, and maybe you're doing some summer purging. Go through the closet and see, well, kids have grown out of the shirts, the polos, the khaki pants. If you have stuff that's still good, usable condition, that can go to another child who can still fit into those clothes.
It is. It's part of the process at my house. It certainly is. I got 3 kids, all in uniforms, and my son. I swear, my son. Just in the course of a year, we got to get new uniforms. The
Yeah.
dude is wearing like size 11 shoes now.
mean-
He's like right here on me. So we are getting rid of a bunch of uniforms, and always have, the girls as well. But what a great way to be able to give back a little bit of something. Look, man, they'll take a check, of course, any time of the year. That goes a long
course.
way as well.
Yeah.
But this drive does so. The last thing a young student should be worrying about when they walk into a classroom is, why do they look different when it comes to their clothes? They shouldn't have to worry about that. Their focus should be on the education, on what it takes to get through the day, just dealing with that. not about what they got on. So we can make this difference. You guys can, and you can make this difference again.
Every year we keep breaking records, and we love to report
Truly.
that because there are volunteers who work really hard to sort this out, and they will tell you themselves it's the most heartbreaking thing to have a mom come in and say, I can't afford a brand new uniform, multiple sets of uniforms for my child. Or, you know what's really hard to find? I remember talking to Miss Lucille Cox, who runs the operations there. She's saying, especially kids who might be plus sized, they have a really hard time finding. So if you know someone, maybe you have some of these things that your kids have grown out of, there are kids of all sizes that can really benefit from this. So
it really is.
Yeah.
And so think about that. Think about the mental state of those students that you're talking about, who, if this is supplied to them, don't have to wear. And it's 2 uniforms, one to wear, one to wash. And so it is a great opportunity. And trying to make it easy, literally like 18 locations. If you go to the website, and scroll all the way down here, drop-off locations. Watch them just roll by.
Wow.
So yeah, there's a ton of them, and they'll set you up with a little map of all the locations.
That's awesome.
All the places that you can go and drop off, again, the new or the gently used.
Yeah, and you want to plan your trip around dropping them off, probably around the weather when it's not going to rain.
Yeah,
right?
probably true.
Yeah, another week
Yeah, we're kind of doing this again.
where we're seeing chances and percentages of rain. Look,
Yeah.
and we've talked about this, right? But what's unexpected here is how many days, the streak of days we've gone with a percentage of rain. It's been a minute since I've seen a day without a single percentage.
What has it been, like 90 dang days? So January, February, March. Steve
Yeah.
will tell you this, right? And he already has. January, February, March, kind of in the normal ballpark, that kind of thing. April, May, June, all well above average. And yeah, we are continuing that pace again today. So when we step you through that, you can see the 50, 50, 40, 40, 30. 30? We'll take 30.
Please. What about the radar? What is
The
it looking
radar
like as we step through the day?
ding. So this is what you're staring at. It really is, we'll take you at the now, we'll start it all over. So it's about 9 o'clock right now. You can see out to the northwest, that line coming through, and right about noon. And then kind of stretch it a little bit, and you'll see if that line holds through and gives us a little bit more in the early evening hours. But obviously you can find this at WAFB.com, the 9 News app, the First Alert Weather app as well.
The palm of your hand for free.
Yep.
We love free.
I'm a fan.
Yes, we are.
I'm a big fan.
Oh, you know what I'm a big fan of?
Yes, indeed.
Dr. Steve Caparata.
Just for those reasons. Because he's got all the knowledge, all the info.
Yes.
And so he is coming up today, Cap's Corner. You know what he's doing today?
Yeah.
It's hurricanes, but it's calm out right now in the Atlantic and the tropics,
thankfully.
that kind of thing, right? So he's going to kind of focus a little bit on how to track them.
Old school,
Exactly.
not with the current
No.
models that they have with all the science gear.
Right.
This is actually a way for you and your kids to do it at home on paper.
So good.
Print it out. He actually has worksheets for you to print out, follow along, so you can track this for yourself. Who knows? You might be the next meteorologist here.
I'm telling you, and if you go to school on Cap, then you're going to figure it out because he's got such a way of being able to explain it. But literally printing it out in old school paper reminds me of like being at the ball yard with my dad, just doing the old box scores by hand on paper.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just it's that.
nostalgia.
I'm telling you. Tell me about it back in the day, man. But this will be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He just has a way, and that's coming up at 10 o'clock.
That's it. It's happening tomorrow, 24 hours from then.
Yep.
Our Johnny Asian's coming back, and he's got a special guest coming on. My mind just blanked.
Speaking of boating,
Yes.
yeah, exactly. So it's all about summer boating.
Thank you.
Exactly
Oh my
right.
gosh.
But for those who are fans of the television and maybe watch some Discovery, National Geographic those kind of shows, he actually has a special guest that he will be talking to about all of that. And maybe a name a face you might recognize if you are a fan of those kinds of shows. But yep, that's coming up tomorrow, 10 o'clock.
I'm excited.
I am too. All the fun stuff.
All of it.
Jacques coming around a little bit. We'll deal with all that fun stuff as the week moves through. Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, YouTubes as well.
All of the places where you can find it on your time.
Yep.
And remember, the top story today is going to be the passing of former Governor Edwin Edwards, so you can be sure we'll have extended coverage on his life, his legacy. You can say what you want about him, and he has had a storied career, but he is legendary here in the state of Louisiana, so we will have the latest on his story and his life at 9 News at noon with Scotty Hunter.